気気味気味パワーパワーパワーパワー今呼び覚ませ何度打ちのめされやっと初ぐ立ち上がれ
Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we are actually not back this time, I suppose, but we are here with a brand new type of figure video. I've done a poll on my YouTube and Twitter a couple of different times by this point, asking if you guys would like some figure news videos, and that is 100% what we are going to do. Both of those polls that I did both times on both platforms resulted in a big ol' yes from the majority of you, so I decided to go ahead and do it. It also seems like there isn't really a lot of people who just like covered this news like just weekly or monthly or whatever it may be. So here we are. We're gonna basically, in this series, I guess you would call it, it's just kind of gonna be news videos, sort of in the style of my Dokkan news videos, except with figures. We're essentially just going to cover upcoming releases. I think I'll probably do this bi-weekly, unless some big figure is revealed. But that's probably gonna be the plan for now, because figures do come out like every week, but it would kind of just be like 5 images and then we would be done. So probably gonna do this bi-weekly. I might change it to not this current week that I'm doing it, but then the next week and then every other week after that, but we'll see what happens. Just kind of gonna play it by ear, but this is gonna be the first video for that, so I hope you guys enjoy. Basically, like I said, we're just going to be looking at upcoming, well, technically Banpresto, but I guess Bandai releases of a bunch of upcoming figures. We'll take a look at some Ichiban Kuji stuff, some prize figure stuff, we'll take a look at some SH Figuarts, and probably a couple of other things, but those are the main things we're going to be focusing on for the series, as well as Figurize too. So there are a bunch of resources that we're going to be using to look at different pictures in this series. Of course, we're going to be using my boy Baggy Saiyan's Twitter. We have taken a look at his Twitter before for all kinds of different things. Basically, he is a figure, I don't want to say connoisseur, but kinda. My man posts figure news all the time. He's posting production images and stuff like that. He's kind of my main source of figure news when it comes to it. And we also have some different things we're going to use as we go along. We're going to be using the Bandai Spirits official Twitter page, which, oh, whoa, what is that? Obviously they post stuff, but they also post stuff from other series too, because obviously they don't limit themselves to only Dragon Ball figures, so we'll be taking a look at that. We will be taking a look at the official Dragon Ball Ichiban Kuji / Banpresto page, and I'll kind of go over all these things when we get to that. The dbzfigures.com page, which is a Dragon Ball figures news site that does a very good job of updating, and the Otaku House, which is a website where you can actually buy Ichiban Kuji tickets to get into the raffle that you would get for a normal Ichiban Kuji, which is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and explain each as we kind of use the page, but let's go ahead and start. For these videos, I think I am going to just try and cover like what came out during the same month. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit different, because obviously since this is the first video, I could literally cover a backlog of a lot of stuff, but going forward, obviously it'll be from the last figure that we covered in this video. So let's go ahead and just take a look. Our first thing that we have to look at, the recap for August. Everyone, regular prize figures will be released in that month in Japan. The GT WCF, however, will be released as a box set of 12, 2 ratios each, Asia and European only. Mega Shenron WCF release, West only DBZ, the Goku and Roshi re-release. So basically in August, these are the figures that are going to be released. A lot of cool stuff here. We have Bulma, Gogeta. We're going to go into a little bit more pictures of these guys on their own a little bit later in the video, but just note too, a lot of this stuff is kind of going to be maybe delayed because of COVID at the moment, which is sort of unfortunate. That's how it is. This is the GT WCF. WCF is like the minifigure line. I don't necessarily, the only like line of this I ever collected was the Dragon Ball Heroes one. I am, you know, maybe not the biggest fan of it. I collected it simply because it was Dragon Ball Heroes. There are some really cool figures in here, but sometimes, I don't know, the style of it can kind of get in the way of the figure. Like, I feel like the eyebrow lumps, I don't know, looking kind of funky, but Goten looks really good there, and I think all the villains look really good for this one, so that is pretty cool. This is the WCF Shinron, so this will be a minifigure of Shinron. This does look really good though. It's really only the humans that I think look kind of goofy sometimes, but the Shinron looks really, really good. And then we have a re-release of this kind of older Kid Goku and Roshi figure. I might actually pick this up because obviously we don't get figures of them too often, although that is kind of ironic that I say that considering what we have coming up. We are really going to only take a look at figures, but Baggy does post other stuff, like other Dragon Ball merchandise and other ad stuff, so definitely, you know, check his page out. So we have Rasuden Bardock updated images. So this is from the Rasuden line that has been going for a little bit now. This is a really, really cool Super Saiyan Bardock, actually. I really, really like it. Obviously, this is, if I had to guess, technically, maybe this is just a generic pose, but I assume this is when he's about to throw the Ki Blast at Chilled. It's kind of funny because the last Bardock that we got, actually I did a video about it. I already did an unboxing of it. Now I'm looking at it right now is a very, very similar pose to this Bardock, which is kind of unfortunate that they didn't go for something a little bit more unique. I guess that's just kind of what they decided to go for. But hey, you know, definitely not bad. That figure, by the way, I will link. I could put a card actually in the video right now too, if you want to see what that figure looks like. But nonetheless, though, a really cool looking figure. I believe Baggy said somewhere else that this was sculpted by Dragon Ball figure legend Hiroyuki Nakazawa, a fantastic figure sculptor and one of my favorites. So I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up. Having the other Bardock that is literally like almost the same pose, I probably won't, or maybe I'll sell that one and pick this one up, but we'll see. Nonetheless, though, it is a little bit different. The hair on this one is a lot more just like overall yellow with not as much shading, but I do really like the muscle definition on this one, whereas it's kind of a little bit more softer on the other Bardock figure. Moving on, the Blood of Saiyans line gives us a brand new update with a Gogeta, which is really, really cool. It's really awesome to have seen the Blood of Saiyans line kind of evolve over time. We'll actually take a look. Baggy posted something about that later on in what we're going to look through, but we have this Gogeta here, which looks absolutely fantastic. Obviously, this is the Gogeta from the Janemba movie. He looks great. Obviously, the Blood of Saiyans line is a little bit more unique for having the very shiny hair. Some people like it, some people don't. Personally, I'm a fan of it because it's pretty unique. I will say the halo looks a little bit weird because it's just like white instead of the usual yellowish color that I feel like it should be. But nonetheless, though, looks really cool. I'm definitely down to clown with that. The muscle definition on his body also looks very nice. I will admit his body looks kind of small, but definitely not a bad looking figure. I may or may not pick that up. These are HG figures, which are like mini figures. These are just basically like the production images, I guess you would call them. And then these are, yeah, the Versus figures. So these are like super small. Cool that they're making Mechi Kappa and God Trunks though. Obviously we have this scene from the Broly movie up top there, and a bunch of other figures for the HD. Yeah, so this is HD, and then also Versus series figures, I believe. So yeah, mini figures coming out there. We got our boy Todoroki. This is UDM. I guess we'll cover UDMs in this series. Why not? Because they're kind of quick. This is another thing that's coming out in April. Basically, UDMs are like these little Dragon Ball keychains. I don't know if I've technically ever done a video on them. I have a bunch of them though, and I know I made videos, but I don't know if they've ever gotten posted. But basically, they're these little mini Dragon Ball keychains that come out, you know, I think it's every month they come out, and they're in a Gashapon machine in Japan, but sometimes we just get them overseas in the actual Gashapon machine or other ways. But basically this month, as you can see, it's going to be Trunks, Vegeta, our bird boy up at the top there, Goku, and Gohan in Piccolo's gi. I really, really like this set actually, because UDM is kind of all over the place in how they are. Sometimes it's generic poses, like our android friend up here. But we have this Vegeta, which is really unique because obviously it's him that's like, ooh, like, you know, bundling up. I like this Goku, even though it's a little bit more of a generic pose. We do have the flow of his belt, and then obviously Gohan's gi is flowing with a little bit more of a power pose, so that's pretty cool. Also, again, because of COVID, unfortunately, Risuden 2 Chapter 1, GG Launch 2, and Maximalic 3 are indeed delayed from their Japanese release from April to May. That was, excuse me, this Goku figure here. This Jiren, which I was actually really excited for, because as weird as it sounds, this is the first Jiren figure that we've ever had in terms of prize figures. I don't know how that's possible, but that's the case. So I'm excited for that to come out when it does. Maximalic Goku, I'm also pretty excited for this because we don't get base storm Gokus too often. And then these launch figures. So unfortunately, those are going to be delayed. Dragon Ball Adverge is another Dragon Ball mini series. They said it was released to Asia. Unfortunately, my man's colors got messed up on this Broly. But I didn't even see this Broly, to be honest. It looks good though. There is a lot of details on this Broly, and when I saw this Broly, I kind of didn't remember what it was from, as well as this Gogeta, because they're from the same set, and I was like, wow, these guys actually look really good. And then I remembered that these are actually from the Legends collab, which is the Rising Fighters collab. As we can see here, this is going to be all of the figures in the set. We have a bunch of characters from Dragon Ball Legends, basically. Of course, it being a cross promotion. They did something similar like this with the, what do you call it, with the Dokkan Kuji. Unfortunately, some of these guys don't look that good. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks kind of doesn't look good. Vegito looks definitely really bad. Goku looks kind of Bardock looks alright. But I would say that Broly actually looks really good. And Gogeta, especially from this front view here, actually looks really awesome. I'm kind of impressed. I'm not gonna lie. It looks really good. We can actually look on the Dragon Ball Legends DBZ space. Shout out to the boy Renzi. For, let's see, so that Vegito, right? Where is it? Should be, I don't know what Vegeta. I think some of them are technically only collab figures, and some of them aren't, but I could be wrong. The only thing is, I wish there was a way to, oh, actually, you know what? We could just look for tags. I was gonna say, the one thing I wish about this version of DBZ Space was that there was just like a way to search for characters. If I go down to the bottom, will this be, yeah, okay, so here, this is what we're looking for. So I think this Bardock should be that one, except it's inverted. Interesting, because that's the only other base form Bardock like that we have, at least as far as I can recall. The one I'm looking for mainly though, I believe that Broly and that Gogeta should be this Broly, I believe. Yeah, if we take a look at the full art, right? Where is the full art? Let's see. Yeah, I think that Broly is based on this one, but his hands are open. So I don't know. A couple of these seem to have differences, but a couple of them are definitely the same. I believe these two, though, are technically the actual like collab figures, because these are the two that are in the front. Very interesting, though, nonetheless. But like I said, some of these guys definitely don't look that good, but the Broly and the Gogeta actually look really good. So I don't know. I might pick those up. I don't have a Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Gogeta, I don't think. I do have one Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Super Broly, but I might pick this one up because honestly, I don't want to say the pose is like generic, but I do like the open hands and the detail on it, like Baggy highlighted. If you would, you know, kind of disregard the odd colors, for some reason his phone kind of goofed here. The details on this figure look absolutely incredible. All the little details on Broly's face and the hair, all the little details here, it looks amazing. So I don't know, probably will pick that up. Oh, also Baggy noted that some of the figures here kind of resemble the DBS card game cards, which is just kind of interesting. But yeah, look at that detail on that Broly. Looking good, baby. Anyway, moving on from this. This is the Mei Rasuden Trunks. This is a figure that we got a while ago. Not a bad figure, honestly, though. We have so many Trunks figures at this point that he's kind of like, in my opinion, but I do like the nice detail. And obviously the Super Saiyan look is nice on the clenched teeth, though does look kind of weird. Here's the Blood of Saiyans Vegeta, or Gogeta again, just with some updated sized images. I will tell you, I kind of wish that they did like something closer to this stand on the final product, because I guarantee you it's not gonna look like this. It's gonna be black and it's gonna be a lot bigger, and I don't understand why they just don't keep it like this. Maybe it's just cheaper to produce it that way somehow, just because it's black plastic. But this looks so much nicer, especially since it kind of just like meshes with the color of Gogeta's pants there. Also, here is the same Bardock again, just with higher quality images. Moving on, the Dragon Ball Adverge pictures. We can take a look at this link. Again, these are more Dragon Ball minifigures. Sometimes they look a little bit funky, but it looks like these androids actually came out pretty well, as well as Bulma. Her eyes really pop there. This is another Dragon Ball Figures blog, it looks like, but that's where Baggy got the pictures from. And they actually look really cool together, so that's really cool. Moving on, this is another figure that is, I think, pretty highly anticipated by some people. This is the July Legends collab Trunks. This is obviously based off of the Dragon Ball Legends card of the base form Trunks that transforms into Super Saiyan. I'm gonna be honest, when I originally saw this guy, I wasn't really a fan, and it's not because of like the body. The face looked kind of off in my opinion, though I will admit that particular card, you know what, I guess since we have Legends since we have Legends pulled up here, we might as well take a look at the card. When I saw that picture originally, I kind of wasn't a fan. But again, the Trunks' face does look a little bit wonky in this actual card art of him. So I mean, it kind of, you know, matches what the figure is going for. That's a little bit of a like lighted version. Can we get one without that lighting, or no? There we go. Yeah, so that's what the actual art looks like, and then this is what the figure looks like. The face looks a little bit updated, so that's good. But this is actually a really cool figure. We don't get base form Dragon Ball Z Trunkses too often, so very, very nice here. Also too, obviously nowadays whenever we're getting Trunks' figures, it's usually some Dragon Ball Super stuff with the blue hair, so it's a nice change of pace with the purple hair. And honestly, the Dragon Ball Legends collab line has been a surprising, not only refreshing change of pace for the figure game, but also just has given us some really nice figures. One of my favorite figures of all time, the Legends collab Goku Black, came out of this line. So I don't know, maybe I will pick up the Trunks after all. And can you believe it, a Golden Frieza figure coming out for July for the prize figures. Funny enough, we have not gotten a Golden Frieza figure in literally years. I don't know why, because he's a pretty marketable form and character. But this is the first Golden Frieza figure that we are getting in a very fat minute. I will say, he does look a little bit funky. I think it's just the artist's style that made the eyes so big. It does look pretty good though, I think, for Frieza, just for that crazed look. I think from the side too, it looks a lot better than it does for the front. And I will say his head looks super big, which is really funny. The only gripe that I have looking at this is in the middle here where the body kind of meshes together. I'm assuming that's an actual like piece that you stick together. So that kind of looks a little bit funky. Overall though, definitely not a bad looking figure. I'll be curious to see more images as we get closer to this guy's release, but nonetheless though, I am pretty excited for this because again, we haven't gotten a Golden Frieza figure in a very long time. I think maybe even since Revival of F, if memory serves. Another thing I do like, they added some tail detail on here, which they really didn't have to do. They could have made that just a solid piece, but I very, very much like when they do detail. Okay, so We are now up to the April Kuji, which is what I was kind of looking forward to the most to covering this video. Ichiban Kuji figures have been pretty good as of late. Once in a while they really drop the ball, and sometimes they really knock it out of the park. It's really hit or miss with Ichiban Kuji. Obviously this image is kind of disgusting to look at, but this is going to be for the Strong Chains Ichiban Kuji set. We do have some HD images of these guys. First of all, we have the Goku from this set, him pulling his little arm wrist lucky wristband type of dealio here, and then we also have this Vegeta that is kind of looking to the side with his arms crossed. There's currently no date, as this just says summer 2020 on it. I believe they're doing that just to kind of keep it like in a grayish area because of COVID, because, you know, a lot of figures are getting pushed back at the moment, and so they don't necessarily want to, like, you know, give this a solid date. But these are the two figures. I will admit, I don't want to say it because these are a little bit more unique. But it does kind of stink to get another Goku and Vegeta, because we already have so many Goku and Vegeta figures. I suppose the nice thing about this is we don't get as many base form Goku and Vegeta figures nowadays. And I will admit, even though these are vertical poses and they're not as dynamic, they are a little bit more unique. I can't recall ever seeing a Goku in this pose, especially in the more modern day figure world. And again, we do get some Vegetas with some crossed arms. The Ichiban Kuji, the Grandista Vegeta also has his arms crossed. But I do like the side look. I do kind of wish that they would have made him smirking like Goku instead of giving him this like kind of angry look. But nonetheless, though, I do quite enjoy it. It definitely looks like a good figure. I don't know if I'll pick these two up just because I already have so many Gokus and Vegetas. But that being said, if we scroll up, this set also has Krillin, which is awesome. And it's kind of ironic too, considering the fact that we literally just got this Krillin as an LR in Dokkan. This is literally the SSR art of the LR Krillin. Of course, it's just, you know, when he gets really mad during the Saiyan saga. But even though it is a little bit more of a static pose, it is a well-known pose for Krillin, and it is kind of appropriate that they give him a figure in this pose, right? Obviously, he's clenching his fist, super mad. It's an iconic scene in the manga and in the anime, so very cool that we are getting a figure of this. Personally, I think it looks really good. I am definitely going to pick this up because I don't think I have a single Krillin figure, so that's awesome. As well, in this set we are getting a Master Roshi, which we have not gotten a statue of Master Roshi in a while. I think SH Figuarts came out with a Dragon Ball Master Roshi a little while ago, but we have a Master Roshi figure, which I am super excited for, him with the glasses too. I'm very curious to see if the glasses can actually come off and if there's like eyes under there. And what's so cool about this figure as well is not only is Master Roshi included, there is also a Jackie Chun head in the same box. So you're getting the Master Roshi figure with an extra Jackie Chun head, which is super cool. I feel like a lot of the time, for some reason, it seems like Jackie Chun kind of gets more of the spotlight, even though it literally is Master Roshi. So it's really cool to see both of these included. The beard looks so good. The sculpting on his body looks fantastic. I really hope that they don't mess this figure up later down the line, because honestly, this is a figure that I am highly anticipating at the moment because it looks so nice. I cannot say enough good things about this figure. Sculpting, paint job, everything looks really great. So I am super excited about that. And it also looks like, I don't know if this is going to be in the same figure. Let's see if we can go over to, where are we here? This one. Jackie Chun figure with interchangeable Master Roshi head. It's a Master Roshi with an interchangeable Jackie, huh? Okay, so this looks like, from, we can go back to Baggy's image of it, it looks like this is going to come with two heads, which is super interesting. I don't think they've ever, where are we here? Here. I don't think they've ever done something like this before, where they gave it two heads, but as you can see, it's going to be the also screaming Jackie Chun head. very, very cool. This just kind of shows that they really are trying to improve the quality of Kujis, because I know a lot of people who have been really complaining in the past about the quality of Kujis, and rightfully so. They are quite expensive collectible figures for the quality that Bandai was putting out. So it's really nice to see that not only does the quality look really good, they're also putting a lot more work into it with giving it different accessories and whatnot. So that is the Jackie Chun for this set. Very, very exciting stuff there. The unfortunate thing that I have to tell you is that the last prize figure for this, which is the Gohan and the Krillin right here, we do not have a high quality image of. This is the highest quality image of this that we have at the moment. How? I have no idea. But unfortunately, we don't actually have a high quality image of that Krillin and Gohan. I will definitely cover that in the next figure news when we get it, but very, very exciting to see that. I will admit that Gohan does look like another Gohan and Goku figure that we will be getting later this year, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. Other than that though, oh, we do have some updated production images for the Yardrat Legends collab Goku, not from the front, but he looks fantastic as always, so I'm still hoping he stays fantastic. He looked good when he released. He looked good at prize fairs and stuff like that, so I'm hoping he continues to look good. This is another figure that actually looks really, really good that's coming out. A Nakazawa made, you know, like I was talking about before, my boy Hiroyuki Nakazawa. He is making a Omen Goku and a Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't know if I can pull up the full image of this at the moment, but this is the face. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to pull it up because maybe Baggy will have it later. But nonetheless, though, looks really good. I will say I do feel like the eyes are a little bit too big, which is kind of funny because if I remember, Nakazawa made the Bardock in the World Figure Coliseum, and I kind of had the same critique of them there. So I don't know, kind of interesting there. Mei Masenko Gohan. Not really a big fan of this Gohan. We did have another really great Ultimate Gohan figure earlier this year release with the Risuden Gohan that was Super Saiyan, and then they made him into Ultimate Gohan. His hair just looks way too straight up. He looks like a faraway shot of Vegeta in DBZ. And his face kind of looks too stretched for my taste, but very cool that we're still getting some more Ultimate Gohan stuff. Also, just gonna, you know, show these figures. I assume many people have seen this by now. But these are also more the Risuden figures. I really like this base form black, actually. Don't know if I'm going to pick it up because at this point I have a couple of them. This actually looks really, really cool. I do like the fluttering of the gi there. And then obviously, again, this is that Trunks that we looked at earlier, just in full view. Again, not a bad figure, and I do actually see there that it looks like there's a peg in between the scabbard and the back of the figure. That's really cool because a lot of the Trunks scabbards tend to kind of bend because they don't really have a lot of support behind them, so that's really nice to see. We have some close-ups of the Vegeta and the Goku here. Why did I say that backwards? Nice sculpting though on all the muscles and everything like that. Vegeta's hair looks kind of short, but I do like it. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also have, I mean, I should probably mention this. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is getting his own SH Figuarts re-release, I guess I should say. Because he was released as a convention exclusive, and he used the original SH Figuarts body, the Super Saiyan, or the original Vegito body, when they just released him when the 2.0 body was out, and they just changed the hair color to blue. So they're giving him a re-release with a new body, which is really awesome to see. I assume they also maybe did this because obviously, oh, what's the company? Demoniacal Fit made their own Vegito, and then they made a Vegito blue kit that you could apply to him too. And I think that figure is probably selling pretty well because I know a lot of people have bought it. I don't know if Bandai was looking at that, but maybe. Nonetheless, though, he's just posting some old, I believe these are old. This is an updated image of that UDM image that we saw earlier. I don't know if this one is, I assume this one is newer? But I think, no, this is an older one, yeah, because he's just posting he's been posting some older figure images lately. I was going to say, yeah, that's not new. Talking about the Trunks. Oh, by the way, here are the Dokkan Battle collab figures. These guys we talked about more closer to the 5th year anniversary for JP. This is another WCF line. They are minifigures. I will be picking these guys up when I can eventually get my hands on them and reviewing them for the channel. Obviously, all of them are based off of the art for the anniversary figures for Dokkan, right? The special prize figures that you get in your box, which is really, really cool. So I'm glad they made figures of those as well. Talking about the Roshi again. This is the Yamcha that is in the Kuji set that is currently out at the moment. Very, very nice detail. If we take a look here, no, he's right here. At this one, right, the History of Rivals, we have Yamcha, Broly, Blue Ku that also comes with a base form Goku head, and then these funny little mini figures here. But yeah, no, this Yamcha figure is really, really cool because obviously a lot of the human characters, I mean, kind of the same for Dokkan, right, don't get as much love, so it's really cool to see some Dragon Ball and human character love as well. We have this. Oh yeah, so this is going to be the next Bam Presto World Figure Coliseum release. It looks like they're going to be doing a Overseas Brush and Manga Dimensions version of this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I covered this guy a little bit, I think in the video before that I wasn't doing a figure noise video. I don't remember. I talked about it somewhere though. I'm not really a biggest fan of the face. It looks too small compared to the hair. But it's alright. Probably not a figure that I would pick up, to be honest. And I think that is actually everything that we have at the moment in terms of figure news. Obviously, as you can see, we covered a lot today. Did not expect this video to be this long, I'm going to be honest. But that is everything that we have in terms of recent figure news. I know we didn't really use some of these sites. This is usually stuff that gets released, gets put up right here on the official Dragon Ball figure website. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is going to be delayed, so this website's going to be a little bit funky for a little bit. But thank you to all the sources that we used today. Of course, very, very helpful with everything. I did want to highlight as well, Otaku House does usually have everything that's kind of out and then stuff that's recent or is like about to be released. So they are good to look at for that. Since they are literally about to right, this is going to be the May and June Kuji, because we kind of already covered the History of Rival ones a little bit, and then we took a look at this one. I figured we might as well just take a look at this one to close it off. Actually, let's take a look at the date as well for this one. So the other one is already out now with Yamcha. This one is July, is going to be when that one should be coming out for the Legends collab one. And then for this one with the big old Shinron here, there's going to be these figures here. Again, kind of some generic picks here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess that means that you can kind of skip it if you really want to. This is also, though, a good place to get some figures if you did not get them originally. This is the set that is going to re-release a lot of the original Broly movie figures. This is the King Cluster Broly, just looking a little bit different. Obviously, in the original one, he has his hand out forward. In this one, he is in a generic power-up pose. And also, we have the blue Gogeta, as well as a UI Goku that came out before. I believe just in a little bit of a different pose. But if you did not get a chance to get these guys originally, this is a good way to get them, albeit a little bit of a different version of them, since they are kind of rare now because they're such a popular set. And then we have this Super Saiyan Goku. Funny enough, the Vegeta, even though he looks a little bit weird, his eyes look actually really good. I would scroll through for you on Baggy's Twitter, but I think it's kind of far back now and we're already really far into this video. Nonetheless, though, not too exciting of a Kuji set to end it off, but I will tell you, I'm so excited for this Strongest Change set. I have not been excited for a figure set in a really long time. Between the pretty good looking Goku and Vegeta, as well as obviously Krillin getting some love and Master Roshi getting some love as well, I am so excited for this set to release. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you did enjoy in the comments section below. I will definitely continue doing these videos as the future goes on. Again, I will probably just do this bi-weekly or something like that, so we can let a bunch of stuff come out and then we can cover it all at once. I don't know if the future videos will be this this long, because obviously we had a lot to cover since it's everything that's come out since the beginning of the month. And from here on, we'll just kind of start from where we ended at this video, right? And then just kind of cover figure news going forward. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of all these figures in the comment section below. Let me know as well if you plan on picking up any of these guys, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm Mewtwo out. Peace.